Hey folks, Todd here. Today we're going to install the BAKFlip MX4 Gen 3 from RealTruck on this GM full-size pickup. The tools we'll be using for this installation are a ratchet with half-inch socket, Phillips head screwdriver, and scissors. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is install our bulkhead seal. Now, if you have a plastic drop-in bed liner that wraps over top of the bulkhead so that the bed cap is even with the bulkhead, you do not need to install the bulkhead seal. If you have a painted bulkhead or if you have a spray and bed liner on your bulkhead, you'll want to do the bulkhead seal. This is the seal in our kit. First, wipe the surface down with rubbing alcohol to remove any kind of contaminants, and then we can adhere it. What we're going to do is we're going to attach it from one side, run it all the way to the other side, make sure it butts against this bed cap and the opposite bed cap. We're going to cut it in place. All right, next we're going to locate our driver's side rail. Now we've got a prop rod that's going to go to the inside. This flange right here is going to hang on top of the bed cap. Up at the front, we're going to notice we got a little foam block. That foam block comes off. And in our kit, we're going to have a drain tube. That drain tube is going to fit right over top of our drain spout. Next, what we're going to do is take our rail, set it up on top of the bed cap, and slide it all the way up against the bulkhead. Now, once we've got it in place there, this is just to kind of position it. I'm just going to kind of rotate it up like so, and then we can turn our attention to our clamps. Now, we've got 3 clamps per side, and depending on your setup, you might want to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to show you both scenarios. Here is our standard clamp. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this, whether you have the MultiPro or MultiFlex tailgate, or if you do not have that. If you have the MultiPro or MultiFlex, you'll also have a handle that sits right here where you do not have access to this, this hole underneath the stake pocket. If you have that handle, you use 3 of these clamps. You use one at the very front, one in the center, and one at the very rear. The center location, you just find a location right in the middle. The bed cap actually does not touch the metal flange, so we need to attach a shim in between the bed cap and the metal flange. So what I'm going to do is pull that bed cap back, slide the shim up inside, and now we have our shim installed. We're going to be installing the clamp right over top of where this shim is. In the front and the rear, we do not need to use a shim. We'll be using a clamp just like this one. Now, this particular truck does not have that tailgate handle. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this plug right here, and we will be using this clamp. So we've got a longer stake pocket clamp that goes together. It's going to go right here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take apart all of our clamps. So pull the bolt out, set the bolt off to the side. The part with the oval slot we're going to hold on to. The part that's threaded, we're going to set to the side. Now, inside this rail, there's a little channel. We're going to take the top end of the clamp, slide it into the channel, and then snap it in place. That allows us to move it back and forth, and we want to make sure that this clamp is centered right over top of where that shim is. The front clamp, that's going to be installed at this location right here. So we're going to insert and lock that one in place. And the rear clamp is going to line up directly over top of this hole in the stake pocket. So we're going to insert and snap that one in place. If this did not have the handle, we would be installing a standard clamp right back here, and we would not need to use a shim there. So next, what we're going to do is bring this back down and rotate it down in place. Make sure it's all the way up against the bulkhead. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this clamp in the center back together. So I'm holding everything together. I'm going to take my bolt, go through the hole, and get it threaded in there. Now before this is tight, you'll notice on this clamp, there are 2 notches. There's a lower notch and there is an upper notch on this side of the clamp. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we are rested into the upper notch on that clamp. So bring the clamp up, line it up to the upper notch, and we're going to go ahead and draw that down hand tight for right now. Next, what we're going to do is use a 1/2 inch wrench or ratchet and tighten this down to 10 foot-pounds. Now we want to make sure that as we tighten this down, we have both pressure down on the top, and we want to make sure we kind of raise up on this ledge right here. So let me show you how that's done. All right, now repeat the same steps on the front clamp, or if you do not have the handle, repeat the same steps on the rear clamp. This is a standard clamp. Okay, now for the rear stake pocket clamp, since we do not have that handle, what we're going to do is make sure that the oval hole here is kind of centered on the hole that we just pulled the plug out of. Now, if you notice, I can kind of push that up and down. While I'm lining the bolt up, I want to push down on that so the bolt doesn't come into a bind. Now, the other side of that clamp is going to look just like this. What we're going to do is lower that down into the stake pocket, and then line it up to the oval hole. So I'm going to press down on the rail, go ahead and line up our bolt. All right, once we get it hand tight, we're going to go ahead and tighten that down. Again, make sure we're bearing down on the top and pulling up on the rail as we tighten it down. Now we're going to go ahead and do the drain tube. Okay, now when you route the drain tube, there's a couple different ways to do that. You can either do like what we're going to do and route it out this hole right here. So we're just going to pull that plug out of the way. If you have a plastic drop-in bed liner, typically you have an opening around your bottom tie-down cleats, and you can just route the drain tube through that hole in the plastic liner. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of measure out where we want this to be a little longer than where the hole goes to. We're going to take some scissors, cut that off, and then just route that down like so. Now go ahead and repeat the same process for the rail on the opposite side. Okay, now here is the cover. It's been taken out of the box. You'll notice this side, I've got straps that are on the latches. This is the part that we want to pay attention to. What we're going to do is lift this up, and then we can fold out this panel right here. Now on this panel, you're going to notice we've got some tape that's on this side and also some tape on this side. What we're going to do is pull that tape off. All right, next in your kit, you're going to have some clip receivers. So the clip receivers are going to be what our straps will clip into, and they're going to line up to that location. Before we line them up though, what we need to do is look at the bottom of it. In our kit, we're going to have some seals. We're going to pull one of the seals off, make sure it's lined up properly so that the holes line up and you're not blocking either of those holes. All right, next what we're going to do is in our kit we've got threaded studs that are going to come up the back. So go up through this side, slide the threaded studs up, and on this side we're going to put the clip receiver. Make sure the opening is facing towards the clip. And then put our 2 screws from the kit into those threaded receivers and then snug it down with a Phillips head screwdriver. Do not over tighten these, just get them nice and snug. All right, let me go ahead and fold this back. What we'll notice right down here is we've got a little C channel. That's going to work with our cover retaining clamp. This is what the cover retaining clamp looks like. We've got a bolt right here and a star knob. What we're going to do is loosen up that star knob and then draw it down. Once I've done that, I can push up on the bolt and see the carriage bolt. I'm going to focus on that square head on the carriage bolt. What we're going to do is we're going to slide that into here. This channel is going to trap that carriage bolt so that it can't spin. And for right now, what we're going to do is just bring it up to this point right here and just get it kind of snugged down. This is going to land on top of the rail, and then we can adjust this to clamp down onto the rail once we get it up on top of the bed caps. For right now, go ahead and repeat this process of the clip receiver and the clamp on the opposite side. All right, now go ahead and set the cover on top of the rails, get it nice and centered. And then we're going to go ahead and let the front flap lay down and go ahead and slide that up until the frame of the cover reaches the bulkhead. Now, once we've done that, we'll want to take a look, make sure everything looks nice and centered side to side. And now, one panel at a time, we're going to fold them back to the tailgate. Make sure as you go, keep everything nice and centered as you go to the tailgate. All right, now we're going to go ahead and check engagement at the tailgate. All right, working perfect. Now what we can do is go ahead and gently fold the cover towards the cab of the truck, go underneath and tighten down those star knobs. Okay, now we're back underneath the cover. This is on the driver's side. This is our cover retaining clamp we just loosely installed. So let me go ahead and explain this to you. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up. All right, now what we've got a little channel right here that's going to reach over and grab a hold of the bottom of the rail. On this side right here, we've got a notch on the clamp. That notch needs to stay inside this groove right here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that over, get it locked in, and then tighten it down. Just get it nice and snug. Do not over tighten this. Repeat the same process on the opposite side. All right, next what we're going to do is fold the cover up to the cab of the truck and very gently see where it is going to land, where it would contact the cab. So what we're going to do is we've got in our kit some bumpers that are going to go onto the top of the frame in the areas where it would contact the cab. So first we're going to cover the center location. Go ahead and take some isopropyl alcohol, get onto a cloth, and we're going to clean off that surface with rubbing alcohol. That removes any kind of residue, any kind of grease, anything like that. All right, next go ahead and peel off one of our bumpers. We're going to go right to the center here. Set it in place and bear down nice and tight. All right, now we're going to rotate that forward. Next place what we're going to cover is right here and on the opposite side. All right, there we go. Okay, now let's go over the operation of the cover. With the tailgate open, you can reach inside and operate the latches. You're gonna reach in and pull the cable. That's going to retract the latches on both sides. You can fold the cover forward. Fold the next panel, following panel again, pull the cable and fold the cover forward. Now, if you wanna drive with the cover in this position, you can do that. You just take the included straps, extend them out, and then plug them into the strap receiver, cinch them down. Do that on both sides. You can drive with your bed partially covered. Now, if you want to drive with full access to the open part of the bed, then go ahead and pull that last cable and fold it all the way against the cap of the truck. Extend the prop rod up. We're gonna loosen this. This is gonna capture the prop rod. If you do this on both sides, you're safe to drive down the highway with the bed completely open, and this should not obstruct your rear cameras. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts, visit us online, or check out our list of dealers near you.